All right, what's going on, guys? So, this is the first episode of the Bengals Crypt podcast. Just going to do a quick audio check, real quick, make sure because I'm just using my AirPod. I have a better thing for the streams, but yeah, I don't think that really makes sense in this scenario. So, should have a big old headset on my head. Not really ideal. Um, but let's get in here real quick if I can. May just have to restart my YouTube there. But essentially, this is the Bengals Crypt podcast. Now, you may be wondering, why the heck would you call it the Crypt? The Bengals are not dead? Yes, obviously. In fact, we're very much alive right now. Very exciting time to be a Bengals fan. But in reality, what it is just it's like a crypt is like a memorial thing. And I'm a big Bengals fan. There's a lot of players that are no longer on our team. Gonna miss them, but they'll never be forgotten here. We'll keep in track with what they're doing once in a while, especially like players like Joe Mixon. AJ Green, his career's over now. If he does something, I may or may not see it. So chances are that side of things probably ain't gonna be too much. We'll have to see though. Audio. Essentially, this first little episode here and talk about my thoughts about the franchise, how we're looking right now. Obviously, there's certain points where I'm a little bit nervous about it, especially with the T. Higgins situation. But at the same time, like T is my guy. AJ Green is my favorite Bengals player of all time. So T. Higgins fits that mold perfectly. Like he may not put up the yardage all the time that AJ did, but his play style, he literally said it when he got drafted. He wanted to be a Bengal because he designed his entire play style towards AJ Green. So it just makes perfect sense. And Jamar, really good player. Concern there with him though is he gonna want to stay? Obviously he wants to stay, just like T wants to stay. T has said he wants to stay. But is the money going to be, are they going to offer him enough money? Now, if you're not going to offer Jamar enough money, then you should be paying T. Higgins right now. But it's looking more like we're not going to offer T enough money, and we're going to offer that to Jamar to get Jamar under contract. Jamar Chase could probably break most of our franchise records quickly if he stays on the team, so it does make sense. I like T. Higgins' playstyle a bit better. But Jamar Chase is just a monster. So it's just the way we have to look at it. Going into this season, we got a tough schedule, a lot of playoff teams, a lot of teams that were just outside of the playoffs. Patriots right outside somehow. Broncos right outside. Just had to win a couple more games, would have been in. So those are kind of things we have to consider. Um, Overall, for this season, though, T. Higgins isn't going to hold out. We don't need to worry about that. Um, I mean, we have some injury concerns. Obviously, I'm sure you've seen popping up with. So Sam Hubbard, Trey Anderson, both out not practicing with injuries. I know there's a whole hold-in thing about Trey Anderson. He's not holding in. There is a minor injury he's going through right now. Um, so yeah, so we have those two injuries. Cam Sample just got carted off the field today. I haven't seen any updates on whether that's serious or not. But we're looking at that. We're looking a little slim there, defensive end depth. Obviously, we have Miles Murphy. We have Joseph Osai. Now, let me take a look real quick because I think obviously we have some other defensive ends like this Justin Blazek dude. He's a undrafted free agent. More than likely, I've never heard of him. So yeah, rookie. He's undrafted free agent. So unproven. Really don't know what you're gonna get out of him. Jeff Gunter's still on the team. Coastal Carolina. He looked solid to me on tape. He's gonna have some growth, obviously, but I think that's can be said with any player. Cedric Johnson here, another undrafted free agent. And that's going to be it. So we have a couple on, like, obviously, I think Sam Hubbard, Trey Anderson, they're going to be ready to go for the season. But in the case that for whatever reason they're not, you're looking at Miles Murphy, Joseph Osai, two undrafted free agents, and Jeff Gunter. Not ideal, but I think they'll be fine. I think a caveat back to what I was talking about the receivers losing T after this season. What's going to hurt? I'm miss the man, but we got Charlie Jones, we got Jermaine Burton, we got Andre Yoshivas. We got players. We got Trent Irwin. We have the receivers to fill that role. And everyone keeps saying Jermaine Burton is the T. Higgins replacement, and in a way he might be, but I see him more as the Tyler Boyd replacement. Eventually, Charlie Jones or Andre Yoshivas may end up taking over that slot role. But for this year, Jermaine Burton looks like he has a chance. He's been doing pretty good from what I've seen in training camp. I think Charlie Jones and Yoshivas have also put up some good tape, so they may be able to win that battle. You never know. Quarterback locked in, Joe Burrow. He's going to be the starter there. Zach Moss and Chase Brown. That's another interesting battle. I know I'm kind of jumping all over the place. I'm going to start. Essentially, what I'm starting to do here is getting like a starting depth chart. So Joe Burrow, obviously. Chase Brown versus Zach Moss. Chase Brown showed a lot of good things last year, especially in the receiving game. I really liked what I saw from that. But Zach Moss had a really good season last year, stepping in for Jonathan Taylor. Obviously, the Colts have a phenomenal O-line. Not sure what happened last year with it, but like Quentin Nelson, those players, really good. You look at our line, still good now, but we still give up quite a bit of pressure on Joe Burrow. We still have the running lanes just don't pop up very easily. So definitely some problems with that there. So I think honestly the most obvious thing there is we're going to be splitting between the two. We're not going to have a primary starting running back. And maybe on the depth chart there will be. Maybe I go Zach Moss here, has a little bit extra experience. You've seen him in the number one role. You know what he can do. And then you throw Chase Brown into like a receiving back role. We saw what he did with the screen game at the end of last year. It's just a good fit for him. Let's see, receiver. Right now, it looks obviously you got the main two. You got T, Jamar. They're going to play this little holdout thing, hold in, I guess, with Jamar. I'm not sure what they're doing, but it sounds like it's more like a minor injury because, like Taylor said, all healthy players will be playing when practicing when pads go on. Pads are on, Jamar's still not practicing, and he's not being fined. So I have a feeling it has more so something to do with a minor injury. But between Charlie Jones, Trent Irwin, Andre Yos, Yoshivas, that's that's a hard name. Not gonna lie. And Jermaine Burton. Burton seems like he was drafted for the role, but I Charlie Jones is a true slot receiver. Yoshivas showed a lot of good things last year. Trent Irwin has been consistent. He's been very consistent. I'll props to him. I mean, he's kind of stuck with Cincinnati for a while. Keeps kind of going into free agency and seeing what's out there and coming right back. So I'm glad to see him still on the team. Those flea flickers, we've had a lot of successful flea flicker, flea flickers thrown to him. So it's definitely a good player to keep around. I don't think he's going to start. I think he probably has the least chance to start just because he's always been kind of that fourth receiver. But I think I would give an edge to Burton because I think he was drafted to do that. With Yoshi Voss, I want to say he's going to be set up to be a backup for the outside more so than the inside. And then Charlie Jones may be able to beat Jermaine Burton for that starting job, but they'll both definitely get play time. Tight end, I think it's clear. It's going to be Mike Gesicki, but best believe Eric All will be on the field. Pretty significant amount of time. And also Drew Sample's got to get in there. But Mike Gesicki's the starter. Left tackle, I'm blanking at the moment. Orlando Brown, all the way. Left guard, Cordell Volson. We haven't drafted anyone to replace him. I don't want to draft anyone to replace him. He's gotten a lot of hate in the last 2 years. He's played some pretty good players. They put Aaron Donald on him. They put T.J. Watt on him. He's going to have problems with those players. He's a rookie. Yeah, well, he's not a rookie anymore. Third-year player. It's not easy to cover those guys. Like, I don't know why he gets a lot of hate for that. I've watched a lot of the Bengals games. There's a few I probably have missed from the last season, but he hasn't done a bad job, especially in the running game. He's been really effective in the running game. So a lot of the hate he's getting, I don't really like. But Ted Karras will be the starting center. That's obvious. Right guard, Alex Kappa. Again, obvious. Now, the interesting one, right tackle. You drafted Amarius Mims in the first round, and you have someone very similar to him in Trent Brown. My thing about Trent Brown, yes, he's a good pass protector, but that man is injured all the time. Look at the Raiders, never played, was always injured. Patriots, I don't know if he's injured very much with them, but he's injured a lot. So I think Mims will eventually get the starting job. I don't see why he wouldn't. At least at some point this year. Obviously, I saw something. Anthony Munoz was the only starting tackle for a rookie tackle since, well, he was the last one. And obviously, he's been retired for a while. He's in the Hall of Fame, so it's been a minute. Um, Shifting gears to the defensive side, I think your D line is pretty straightforward. Yeah, Sam Hubbard, Trey Hendrickson, um, mine went blank there for a second. Sheldon Rankins, BJ Hill. That's your clear four right there. Easy. And for the tackle spot, I barely answered that. I think Trent Brown will unfortunately be the starter at the beginning of the season. I want to see Marius Mims, but we got the preseason. He'll get some reps. We'll see what he can do. He's been doing good in training camp, so yeah. But back to the defense, Jermaine Pratt, Logan Wilson, the linebackers, obvious. Um, corner gets a little tricky because you have that undrafted free agent. I can't think of his name right now. He's gotten a couple picks already in training camp. He's been doing pretty solid. Um, you got Cam Taylor Britt, who will start. But then you kind of got a weird situation with the Dax Hill, DJ Turner, Mike Hilton. Maybe I don't want Mike Hilton to lose his spot. But it is something, to possibly think about. Maybe Dax Hill or DJ Turner ends up going into the slot. Dax Hill's been doing good in practice, so could happen. Um, Personally, I think Dax Hill's probably going to be the secondary to the outside and also the slot as well. And then we're going to have DJ Turner and Mike Hilton as the starters with Cam Taylor Britt, like I said. Safety, another one that's kind of really up in the air. I think Geno Stone and Von Bell. Von Bell better start. I'm telling you, the command that he has over the defense, he gets everything set up right. He's great. We definitely missed him last year. The defense kind of struggled a little bit. We had a lot of young players in there. Happens. I do like Jordan Battle. I want to see him get some more playing time, but I think Geno Stone and Von Bell in the kicker, Money Mac. Punter, I don't even know. There's three of them on the team now. Is whoever Darren Simmons wants, truthfully. Whoever that man wants, that's who's starting. And with the new kickoff rules, I ain't going to tell you who I think the returner will be. I think it should be Charlie Jones or Chris Evans. There's another one I was thinking of earlier today. I can't think of it right now, but they're kind of the clear ones. Charlie Jones already has a kick return touchdown from his rookie year. That one just makes sense. Now, if he's your starting slot, maybe you second guess that a little bit and you're like, I don't want to put my slot at risk. It's a possibility. And then Chris Evans gets the role. Oh, Chase Brown was the other one they were talking about. That's definitely possible too. He has the speed. So, very interesting setup right now. A lot of battles, a lot more than the past 2, 3 seasons, really. But yeah, that's kind of what my thinking is. Next thing I kind of want to do here, shifting gears, is look at the schedule. So we're gonna pull up the schedule real quick for the Bengals. Probably should have had this pulled up already. Showing the Hall of Fame game highlights, which was I don't know about that new kickoff rule. It's kind of weird, but we'll see how it goes. It's definitely going to be a bit of a adjustment. All right, so here's the schedule. Obviously, I know the Patriots are week one. I think we're going to get a win over the Patriots. The Chiefs is a really questionable one. We're both at full strength. I think we're better than the Chiefs, personally. As long as Joe Burrow's healthy, if we that's the problem. The Chiefs, we start out slow, so it's hard to predict. But the Chiefs aren't ready for us at full strength. So I think we get off to a 2-0 start because obviously we're playing a rookie quarterback in week one. I think that's going to be a hard game because Patriots have good defense, but I like Drake May. I think he's going to be good. I just don't know if he's going to be able to beat Joe Burrow in his first game. Commanders, kind of same argument there. You got a rookie quarterback who is a little questionable in my mind. So, same school though, both went to LSU. Daniels, I think Jaden Daniels. Yeah, Jaden Daniels. I just could not think of his name. I don't know why. But Jaden Daniels, he's a little more questionable for me. Seems like he's going to be one of those more mobile quarterbacks that are highly injured, unfortunately. But he does have a good arm, so he's not a running back like Lamar Jackson. Then we got the Carolina Panthers. Bryce Young's not beating us. It's just not happening. Then we have the first game of the season against the Cravens. Yes, that I intentionally said it like that. It's a home game. They're probably going to beat us the first time, unfortunately. We'll bounce back, though. The Giants, they're in shambles. But they have made some good moves. Bringing in, I believe his name was Jalen. No, Jalen Hyatt is already person. It was a LSU receiver, I think. They went out and got in the first round. Regardless, they went out and got a pretty good receiver in the first round, but they didn't address their line. Could become a problem for them. Cleveland, I'm tired of losing to them. It's going to be at their stadium. Probably going to lose that one. Philly, coming off of a loss to the Browns. It really depends. I think there's a big possibility we lose that one, but it's going to be a close one. Raiders, they don't have a solidified quarterback. They're not beating us. We're going to beat Baltimore in the second game. I'm pretty confident in that. Chargers, that's going to be a close one. Coming off of a big win against the Ravens. It's going to be a tough one, that's for sure. I think, in fact, we may lose to them. We have lost them quite a bit in the Joe Burrow era. Excuse me. Week 12, we got a bye, and then we got Pittsburgh. I think we're sweeping Pittsburgh this year. They're not beating us once. I promise you that. It's not happening. The Squealers. All right, the Cowboys. It's late season. They don't beat good teams. They're going to lose. Tennessee going against our former offensive coordinator and Tyler Boyd and Cheeto. I think we're going to lose that one. We're going to beat Cleveland this time. Clowns, elves. Then Broncos, we're going to win. Rookie quarterback could be an interesting twist to that to see how he does, but never know. Then we're going to lose the season. Well, no, I already said we're sweeping Squealers. We're not losing no Squealers. So that's my predictions for the schedule. I don't know what the record would be for that, but that's going to change from week to week. I'm going to do weekly predictions for all of the games, not of the week, not just the Bengals games. Don't really have too much more to say in this one. The podcast will increase in length once the season gets going. I have a little more to talk about in terms of the games. Nothing's really gotten started here. Once we actually, matter of fact, next week, it won't be. I might be able to do one on Monday of the following week after our game. So I'll have a lot of talk about the preseason game, what I saw, what I liked, what I didn't like. So I'm gonna end this one here. Hooday, all you Bengals fans. I know it's a little bit of a short one, but not all gonna be long. It's the opening one. Hope y'all enjoy the Bengals Crypt podcast for a while. Plan on keeping this alive for as long as I can, so it's gonna be interesting. Never really done podcasts, as you could probably tell. I'm a little kind of all over the place. I'll be a little more prepared for the next one. I had topics in my head, and then I kind of was jumbling around everywhere. Specifically, I wanted to hit the depth chart. I did that. Wanted to get the schedule overview. I did that. So, again, Hoo day, and I'll see y'all in the next one.